Where we going, Roger?
What?
Where we going?
Going to the Sitting Bull Monument in Mowbray, South Dakota, which is right across the border. Well, not right across the border, but if you look at maps, it's right in the middle of this portion of the state, all the way towards the top by North and South Dakota border. And we got this rivers, Missouri River, big river. And Mowbridge is surrounded by this body of water on like 3 sides, so it's like an island almost. Like everywhere you drive in Mowbridge, you have view of water. And there's only 2 ways in and out of Mowbridge. 2 main roads anyway. But yeah, we're going out to Sitting Bull. World famous Sitting Bull. And I don't believe he's buried out there, but he's got a monument out there that people go visit all the time. I think a lot of the native people might be confused because I think the white government maybe misinformed them or miseducated them as to the remains of Sitting Bull. So a lot of natives go out to that monument and they put trinkets and treats and all kinds of gifts and stuff on this monument, and I think they think it's his tombstone, but it's not. His body is not there. His body is owned and recovered by the government, and I think they just built something to honor his memory for the Native Americans, and then they put it on the reservation.
Okay, so why are you really taking me out there?
You asked me to.
What?
You asked me to. Next question.
What's out there that you want to show me so bad?
I don't know. Why did you ask me to take you out there? What the fuck?
Okay, so Roger, why are you really taking me out there?
Okay, you want me to put on a big act and make this look good? Alright, no. Listen, I'm gonna give you something.
Okay, Roger, why are you really taking me out there?
Well, because you wanted me to take you out there so you can make this video. But you want something to record. I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. Okay, so my name is Roger Steiner. I'm 38 years old. I'm a retired mixed martial arts fighter of over 20 years. Former 3-time champion, middleweight. I've been trained by some of the best in the world. I'm part of a pedigree MMA family known as the Rousey family. And now I have retired comfortably and living in Mowbridge, South Dakota, which is a retirement community, specifically for retirement. And it's a tourist attraction for a couple different reasons. One is the huge national fishing tournament they have here. As you can see, we're surrounded by the Missouri River, water on all sides of us, so it's like being on an island almost. It's really, really unique. And Mowbridge is named for its historical bridges. They've got bridges. They're called Mowbridge. And the Freemasons, if you know anything about secret societies and whatnot, the Freemasons built this town. So they know a lot of secrets about this town, and that's kind of where I'm at in life now. I'm surrounded by secrets. So I do what any, red-blooded human being does. I start looking for the answers in those secrets, because that's, the whole meaning of life. What I have found, the whole meaning of life is to attain a higher spiritual enlightenment, which means we got to come to a spiritual understanding, and we have to evolve to that point. And we can't do that based on the history that Uncle Sam tells us happened. We can't just rely on those words anymore. We have to go out and do the honest research and find out what the truth is. Now, the government does not like individuals like me because we are very passionate about what we do, because it's the one real thing in this planet that isn't fake, and that's the truth. You know, the truth isn't fake. So when you wake up one day and you look around at the world you live in and you realize how fake it really is, everything, you get disgusted with where you are in life. You hate this world you live in, and you do what the government fears you will do, which is you start looking for the truth. The X-Files was great for quoting the most famous quote, "The truth is out there." It is. It's all out there. But you have to be willing to sacrifice your sanity ultimately to find the truth, because you've been conditioned your entire life to believe in one thing or another, when in all reality you're supposed to believe that because it's a form of misinformation. They want you to think something different than what is. For example, everybody thinks $1 is worth $1, when in all reality you break it down and you look at it and you research the dollar, really, it's not worth anything. It's a piece of paper, because our real currency is gold and silver. It's the only thing that's universally worth something, both on this planet and in the galaxy. Gold is an awesome conductor. It's a metal. It's, you know, it's a mineral. It's what everything in the universe wants to have a good conduction point for whatever their needs are. Okay, so gold and silver are the main currency. They have been since the dawn of time. And that means that the dollar, when you really, you know, when you think back to getting $5 a week for an allowance, I did. I mean, I don't know what everybody else did, but, you know, I had to become a teenager before I could get an allowance. But back then, you know, $1 gets you this, $1 gets you that. As you grow up and become an adult, $1 becomes your slave owner. You are its slave, and you work and slave for that dollar, and you don't get very far in life. And it's designed that way. And your whole life you go and you say, something's not right here. This is not the way life is supposed to be. This is not what they told me when I was a kid. And they told me when I was a kid I could be anything I wanted to be when I grew up. This is not what I wanted to be, which was in debt and financially trapped and constantly talking to debt collectors on the phone and being harassed and being intimidated and being fear-mongered. You know, it's all a system, and it's designed to mentally incapacitate you, because if you're not mentally incapacitated and your gut instinct tells you something's not right about the system or the way you're living, or that's your white rabbit. That is your moment of truth, your one moment of truth, where in the rest of the world of lies you live in, it turns your gut because it's not supposed to be there. It's not normal. This little white rabbit, this one moment of truth that you come across, you realize there's more to it. That's when it's your time to follow it. Follow the rabbit. Follow the rabbit down the hole. You're going to find a bunch of lies. Everything you've been in comforts by. But behind each one of those lies lies the real truth. So in order to get to the truth, you have to go through those lies when you're going down the rabbit hole. All the conspiracies. Now, the government is one big conspiring organization, if you want to put it. A body, an entity that rules the world and makes the laws and the legal system and all the other corrupt things that are out there. And the whole idea is to corrupt your mind. Because if your mind is corrupted, then you live in a dream. And this is the way life is for you. You live in a fishbowl, a prison cell, if you will. And you're comfortable in that prison cell because the government made sure that you could become comfortable. Or maybe you're not comfortable. Maybe you're homeless and you're still, you know, you're still having problems. The reason is because of a corrupt society, of a corrupt world, a corrupt government, a corrupt everything. Now here's the thing. A conspiracy theorist The real definition of a conspiracy theorist is someone who theorizes on conspiracy. So therefore, they create the conspiracy to theorize and exercise theories within that conspiracy. That is a true conspiracy theorist. Why would the government tell you to not believe in conspiracy theorists? Because they're cuckoo, they're loopy, they're crackpot, their mind doesn't work like everybody else's? Well, my question to you is, if you woke up one day and everything you were trained to know, everything you were taught to feel and be, was all one big lie, would you want to know the truth? That's the ultimate question. Which pill, the red pill or the blue pill? I can take you down the rabbit hole, but you risk losing your sanity. A lot of bad things happen when people go down to the rabbit hole. First of all, they don't go with a guide because they're still in a state of denial that any kind of nonsense is really going on in the world, because it's the way you were conditioned in life. You grew up your entire life believing that water was healthy for you, that you needed water. Doctors told you that, scientists told you that, everybody told you that, but who the hell told them that? A textbook? Anybody can write a textbook. What makes it real? What makes it true? Where's the truth that stands behind it? And if you start asking questions, well, guess what? Grab your stuff and go to the principal's office. You're disruptive. You're not supposed to question those things. So you start to go down the rabbit hole and you find out, well, you know, that one thing that didn't feel right, now I've got an answer to why it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right because it wasn't right. But why are they passing it off as it is being right? For example, 9/11. Oil tycoons bring down the World Trade Center towers so we can isolate the oil in our own country and we don't have to be reliant on other countries. Our country did that to us, but they turned around and they told us, and they made us believe that it was terrorists from another country who did it, when it was 2 drone planes with explosives on them that hit a building, and then bombs in the basement of the building that leveled the building straight down like demolition experts do. You know, and then years later, that 9/11, that was the veil. That was the moment where everybody in this country, they were shocked. The stupid was shocked right out of them, and the truth was right in front of them. Something had happened. These towers came down. Nobody knew anything, but everybody wanted answers. Yet at the same time, everybody was afraid. Everybody was afraid to ask questions. That is the intention of your government, to make you afraid of asking questions. Because if you ask questions, you become enlightened, people. You become spiritually enlightened. Because here's the thing, and pause it, we'll go into this over here.